Hi everybody, I am CA Pritish Burton and welcome back to a new and interesting topic which is happening next door with our neighbor in China. If you are thinking that this is the evergrande crisis which shook the entire world and the world markets, it is not. We are talking about China's acute power shortage and it is much deeper than the evergrande crisis. People are forced to not switch on their lights and also they cannot use their ACs, and much worse is that even the street lights have to be turned off, and also the massive factories in China have to be shut, and because of which it is not going to stay only in China, because China is the production hub of the world, and it is going to spread across to other countries as well. All the economies are interconnected, and that is why this is a much deeper crisis. So we'll be covering all of that in this video. Stay tuned till the end. There are many reasons why China is facing this acute shortage of power. The first reason, and a very important reason, is that acute shortage of coal. Though China produces 90% of its coal locally, it has some diplomatic issues with Australia, from where it used to import its coal. Now it has to look for other countries, and also it cannot produce or ramp up the local production on such a short notice. Now China can source the coal from other countries like Indonesia and South Africa and many other countries, but the problem here is that the Chinese coal plants are used to working with the Australian coal, and because of which the efficiency will come down if they use the other coal or the coal from other countries. Now the second main reason here is that there is increased power consumption. China being the first country, one of the first countries rather, to come out of the pandemic, and it began its production on a massive scale, and there was massive demand for exports, and because of which the power consumption rose by 10%, massive 10%, and that is why there is an increased requirement for power as well. Another main issue is that the power producers are unable to meet the demand, or rather they are unwilling to increase the power production because there is increase in the coal prices. They are unable to raise the prices because in communist regime, you cannot raise the prices. There is a freeze on the price hike. Unlike in India, if there is a price hike of crude oil, immediately the petrol prices go up. But in China, you cannot do that because of the communist regime. So they are unwilling to bear that loss of the coal prices hike. Another main reason why China is facing this crisis is because of its decarbonization. By 2060, China aims to be completely carbon free, and there is Winter Olympics in the year 2022, and it expects that the skies in China or Beijing are expected to be very clear, and that is why they are excessively pushing for decarbonization, and that is why they had imposed production curbs so that the energy needs also will come down, but it has not happened that way as expected. So all this is happening in entire China, but down south in China, the hydropower projects are facing acute shortage of water as well because of the bad summers that were in China. They are not able to produce the hydroelectricity, and that is also one of the reasons why China is not able to produce the required amount of power. So now what this crisis mean for India and rest of the world? Since, as I said, that the economies, all the global economies are interconnected because of globalization, what happens in China matters for rest of the world as well. In case of India, companies like Coal India and ONGC saw a surge in the demand for coal and natural gas. So that is why you need to understand what is happening in China so that you can manage your investments better. Right from a toy to an Apple iPhone, because the biggest iPhone manufacturing plant is in China. So everything is going to get affected and hampered. So keep yourself abreast with things that happen around you so that you be very vigilant on the investments that you have made in the stock markets, because it is going to spread. It is not only going to stay in China, just like what happened in the year 2008 in USA when the Lehman Brothers saw a downturn. It did not stay there. It spread to other countries as well. So these are the main reasons what we are seeing, because of which China is facing a power crisis. So thanks for watching this video, and stay tuned for more interesting videos on investments, economy and finance.